tragedy. Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh.
Hello guys, JFM here to give you another video. This is a special video because I get to show you how I color my characters with my Prismacolor and Copic markers. It is a very fun way of coloring, and it's a very good experience. And I'd like to show you how I do it. And, you know, just in case you do have Copic markers or Prismacolors or touch markers, whatever you have, then hopefully this video can be helpful on how you color characters. Well, what you see here is a picture that I just made. It's a sequel to that West End Girls beach picture that I've made. It's a sequel to that. Features 4 other main female Jeff and Taylor characters. You got Jane, Cassidy, Blue, and Sarah. But Blue is not colored, and that's why I decided to color her in this video, so you guys can actually see how I do things. Well, just to let you know, I plan to color her hair, you know, just to show you the step-by-step stuff. I'm gonna color her hair first, and then I'll just time-lapse the whole coloring thing while you listen to music. Okay, so let's begin. Yeah, I guess you could say this is a 200 subscriber special. Yes, Jeff and Taylor has just gotten 200 subscribers, and that is good. It's a great milestone to have. Hopefully I'll get more, but no, I will get more. Well, knowing me and my amazing charmed people. Okay, let's first things first. Let's get our colors for Blue's hair. Okay, the colorless blender, that will help us blend things. And if I can find a certain color, it's called light blue. That's right, the Copic color light blue. And what else? I would like a Copenhagen blue, if you don't mind. Copenhagen blue. Here it is. Now, I would like to have a darker blue, you know, just for the shadows. Now, if I could find it, what is the right one? I'm gonna go with indigo blue. And this is one of my older ones, so it's kind of drying up, but it's okay. If a dark marker is almost dried up, then it's still usable, especially when it's used to make shadows and junk. Alright, first things first. I grabbed the lightest color, which is this light blue. And I color the whole thing, her whole hair like this. And it is a delicate procedure. I'm talking like I'm operating or something. Although it may be too dark for this light, but given that it is a sunset, there's not a lot of light in the background. And yeah, since the light source is kind of, well, since the light source is behind them, the sun is right behind Sarah's head, I still shade things as if the light was coming from the right side, going on to the left. So pretty much all the dark spots, all the darkness would cast on the left side. Yeah, some of you may be asking, why not just leave the, you know, why not just leave the highlights and that's it, like here. Well, why don't I just leave it alone? Well, just so the colors can blend easier, because, you know, it's a great way to mix colors if you literally just color one on top of the other instead of making these lines, because what you create are pretty much you create these rings or hard lines, these hard dark spots where you pretty much distract a person with with a keen eye, and you know that personally bothers me if I do that. So yeah, it's so great to actually color things traditionally instead of on the computer. I've done it for like a couple. I've colored it with these markers 3 pictures in a row, so it's fun. It's refreshing that I actually get to color with these markers, and you know, color with color these pictures meant for portfolio. Meant for my 2012 portfolio, and it's great. Okay, Blue's hair is done with the light part, and I gotta buy a new light blue. Alright, now comes the Copenhagen blue, which is the real color of Blue's hair. And I leave a highlight like that. And just so you know, I am coloring on Bristol board, so I won't have to worry about the markers bleeding through and getting on my book here or on the table. And it's recommended that you use these markers with a tough paper like Bristol. I mean you could use it with regular printing paper, but you have to have another sheet of paper underneath so it can catch the ink, since it bleeds. These markers bleed, and they smell too. They smell like the paint in my dad's shop. In case you don't know, my dad works at a body shop, and a body shop is where we fix cars when they're damaged in an accident, and we would have to repaint them, and the paint used to paint cars smells. It pretty much stinks. Not the kind of smell like that's unpleasant, but well, what if it smells bad? Of course it's unpleasant, but I'm not talking about the kind of smell that you can tell that a person hasn't been showering. It's the kind of smell that can give you cancer if you smell it too much or without a respirator. But these markers can't really do that much harm, and yeah. Now look closely, boys and girls. I am shading with the indigo blue, which is the dark blue. Very careful. Of course, I leave a little halo of light behind, and I like to darken these lines, Blue's lines, in her hair. And I'm not talking a lot, because it is distracting when I talk a lot. But I'm sure you guys don't mind. I might put music over this, since I always do. I always leave what's that word? Funky Streets, I think it is. Yeah, that's the name of the song, Funky Streets, that I always play whenever I do these drawing tutorials or any coloring tutorials like that. Now you see, this is the benefits of having a marker that's almost dry. You can see it's pretty much dark and solid, but when I press on lightly, it kind of fades out like a gradient. And that is great to have. It's great to have a gradient when you're shading. And of course, if you need more darker spots, just keep pressing hard, and yeah, it almost looks, well, from my eyes, or from far away, it kind of looks like an airbrush effect, or a painterly effect, and that is great to have with these markers. This is pretty much how I do it. Not necessarily how everybody works with these markers, but this is how I like to do it. Try to emulate the airbrush look, like my cousin Willie does. My cousin Willie is a professional airbrush artist. You know, he paints these little illustrations on motorcycles and cars and whatnot. And for a while, I wanted to be an airbrush artist, or actually make my Jeff and Taylor pictures with the airbrush, kind of like my cousin Willie, or Tim Jacobus, the guy who makes the Goosebump covers. He works with airbrush, and yeah, that is pretty much. I'm pretty much done with Blue's hair, which is very easy. So vibrant, and her blue hair really pops with that orangey yellow sky. It really pops, and very distinctive. She is so different from the other girls, which is probably why she has this stern look on her face. She's not happy, but it's very rare for a Blue to be happy. I don't know. Now, here is an interesting option. I know I said I use the colorless blender to blend things, but an interesting option to have is to use a very, very light color of what you're blending. Okay, what I have here is a color called Cold Stone, which is pretty much a very, very pale light blue, and I could use this to blend everything here because it's a light blue, and you know, blue goes with blue, especially with the girl named Blue. Alright, so instead of I'm gonna use this instead of the colorless blender because the colorless blender is drying up anyway. So let's blend, and you gotta be careful not to leave the color or the colorless blender on one spot for too long, or else it will make something like this. If you can see it, there's a very pale light spot on Jane's bathing suit, and it is kind of like pretty much it eats away the ink and the paint and the color. So yeah, this light spot is kind of blah, and you don't want that. You just want to keep blending and keep going, like what I'm doing now. Keep painting and keep blending, and don't stop. Of course, you can slow down, but just keep going. And that's it. Blue's hair is finished. Now, I am going to time lapse, and you're going to watch me color her in fast motion, which is always fun. All right. Okay, I am now done with the picture. About time. Okay, I am going to take a picture of it with my digital camera, and I will post it up online on the Jeff and Taylor Facebook page so y'all can see it. And what else? Oh yeah, if you happen to be an actual follower in the Facebook page, then actually like this picture or comment or something, letting me know that you actually saw the video of this of me actually finishing it, coloring blue. And yeah, you may notice that I've actually only colored highlights with that one marker called what is it called? Public marker Skin White. Well, these skin colored markers, whether it's from Prismacolor or something like that, or other colors that I use for skin color, they're pretty well, expensive. They cost the same, but yeah, but they're pretty valuable, as in I don't want to buy them again and have to remember them and have to waste them, I guess. And I guess with a beach picture like this, the skin color will get wasted. I mean, I could be drawing worse things, you know what I'm saying? Alright, okay. But yeah, everything is done. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from this. Given that how to color with the markers is kind of challenging, and it took me a while to actually know my way to color with these markers, and they're very fun. Oh, I actually have more pictures on how I color markers. How I color these with the marker. Oops! You almost saw a picture that I'm it's a dumb picture behind. I was gonna. It was like this failed experiment where I draw my classmates and all that. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna show this picture too that I've colored with my markers. It's not Jeff and Taylor related, but it's just pictures of different characters in another project of mine. And yeah, I did this whole thing with markers, and it is so much fun. I much rather prefer illustrating with markers than using paint or colored pencils. I just like markers better because they're quick and easy, and you can just get them. And when they're dry, they're dry. All you have to do is buy new ones. Yeah, no water, no frustrating lead breaking in the colored pencils when you sharpen it. So yeah, it's always reliable. And yeah, I'm talking too much. It's now almost 30 minutes of recording, but with the time lapse, of course, it's gonna be faster. But yeah, all right, bye, you guys. JFM out.